On to another episode of The Power Circuit, a program packaged for you by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. Through this program, TCN continues to sensitize the public on its progressive steps towards improving on bulk electricity transmission and its national power grid management role. Stories have been specially packaged for your viewing delight in this episode. Here are the highlights. Federal government assures of completing 3 power transmission projects in Abia State. Acting MD of TCN presides over 47th executive meeting of the West African Power Pool. And in the interview segment of this program, Engineer Muhammad Umar, the Regional Operations Manager at the Bauchi region of TCN, will be speaking about the dynamics of power transmission in the region and how TCN is improving its capacity. Please stick with us through this duration. I am Amara Agugesi. The Minister of Power, Engineer Salim Maman, has assured that 3 power transmission projects being undertaken by the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, in Abia State will be completed in the first quarter of 2021.
The minister was accompanied during the tour by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Power, Chinyaka Christian Oha, the Senator representing Abia North, Senator Oji Uzo Kalu, the Acting Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of TCN, Engineer Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, and other officials. The projects consist of 2x30 MVA power transformers and a 40 MVA power transformer substations, all equipped with 132 kilovolt transmission lines at Arochukwu, Ohafia and Uboro Hechiowa communities in Abia State. While inspecting the Arochukwu substation, the Acting Managing Director of TCN, Engineer Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, briefed the minister on the status of the project, which has a 2x30 MVA and 40 MVA power transformers, along with its 132 kilovolts transmission line.
This project has been like this for almost 10 years. The contractor has almost finished the station all the from 70%. Then the construction is almost 90%. But the major problem we have with this station is that the line that is going to energize this station is not completed. And that line is coming from Umuahia, Ohapia, Arochukwu. So that's the most important issue on this project. The second one is the contractor also has requested for some variation, which we are working on it. Then these equipments have been installed for over 10 years, so we have to test them again because they have been outside for a long time, and there are some vandalization of the cables. Cable coming to the transformer, if you go at the back of this transformer, you see that some of the cables were cut. So the contractor applied for some variation to tidy up these things, and he has to test the equipments and see that they are still okay.
Engineer Abdulaziz said the project neared completion before it was stopped, but that pre-commissioning tests and other checks will be done.
He has done the overhead connection, but he has not done the testing. That's pre-commissioning and commissioning tests are yet to be carried out.
Briefing the press at the substation, Engineer Mamman said the project was awarded since 2001, but abandoned over 10 years ago when they were about 95% complete.
The place is very bushy. This project has been abandoned for almost 10 years, and that is why we are here. We are here to inspect, to see, and take immediate action. And I want to assure the people of this community this is one of the most important transmission stations we have in the country. These are the type of transmission stations that we needed across the country to boost the capacity of our supply. And I want to assure you, we are going to take action immediately. Where something is going to be done immediately, I go back.
He, however, said the contract will be reviewed for immediate completion.
We needed it to boost our capacity of supply so as to allow industries to be around this cluster, this community. The year has come to an end, so we have to talk about next year. Anytime next year, I want to assure you this project, you will see it live.
The inspection team then moved to the 2x30 MVA and 40 MVA, 132-33 kV Ohafia transmission substation, where the acting MD of TCN, Engineer Abdulaziz, further briefed the minister about the project status, noting that with funding, the transmission project will be completed.
You can see that the transformers are on site. Almost all the equipment are directed. So the only issue we have here on the side of the substation contractor, which is Union Allied, he brought a variation on the civil works and some earthwork. So we have reviewed that and we sent it to BVP for approval. We are waiting for the no objection certificate from BVP before we can go for Federal Executive Council. But actually, as you have seen also, we have the issue of the line, which is the same thing with Arochuku. The man who is doing the transmission line has not completed. So even if we finish this substation, we will not be able to energize unless the transmission line is ready.
Reassuring the people of Ohafia and Abia State, the Minister of Power, Engineer Saleh Mamman, said the projects will be considered expressly.
We are going to look into it.
Thank you, sir.
As you can see, we are all here.
Yes.
Wonderful. All the engineers, all the technocrats of the Ministry of Power are here. So we are going to swing into action, and something that I've been hearing for long. And I've come and I've seen it.
Thank you, sir.
And we're going to urgently do something about it.
Thank you, sir.
I want to promise you will not let you down again.
Thank you very much, sir.
You will handle it with good grace.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. At the Uboro Iheshiowa transmission substation with 2x30 MVA and 40 MVA power transformers capacity, the TCN acting MD noted that most of the equipment was installed except for a delay in the transmission line.
All the switch gears and the transformers, everything is connected. The only problem we have is the same thing with the previous substations, that we don't have the transmission line. The transmission line is not ready. Then the contractor doing this project has brought a variation, which we evaluated. We sent to BPP. We have a no objection certificate, which we have to forward to Federal Executive Council for approval.
The minister said once the project is completed, it will turn around the economic fortunes of the area.
We have seen it's one of the abundant and important projects that we had here. You know, 132, 33 substation is one of those important stations that we need around these areas. These are the type of stations, when completed, it will boost the economy of this area, particularly the industries. It will attract investors to come and invest, because this is a voltage that continuously round for 24 hours, very high, that needs industries to be around here. So we are going to take it very serious. We are going to take it very urgently. And I'm just proposing my memo to the Federal Executive Council.
We'll be right back after this break.
Did you know that our high-tension transmission cables were built to withstand high temperatures except artificially induced ones such as fire? Did you know that burning bush or refuse dumps by TCN transmission tower base or along the transmission line's right-of-way is an offense? Did you know that the fire can cause high-tension transmission lines to snap and fall to the ground, electrocuting living things within the line radius? Did you know that extreme fire can cause the legs of transmission towers to buckle, and that buckling of the main frame of a tower would lead to its collapse and may even pull down other towers along that transmission line's route, causing untold damage to the line? Now that you know, yes, now that you know, TCN is calling on all citizens of Nigeria to please desist from destroying our collective national investments. Be careful, do not set fire on trash or burn bush beside transmission towers or under electricity lines nationwide. Help us preserve the transmission grid and save the nation from blackout. TCN, transmitting electricity in the most efficient and effective manner.
The acting managing director of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, Engineer Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, has presided as chairman over the 47th executive meeting of the West African Power Pool, WAP. Engineer Abdulaziz was recently appointed for the enviable position. Our reporter brings you more reports about the proceeding of the WAP executive meeting and the WAP roundtable meeting.
The chairman, executive board of WAP and MD CEO of TCN, Engineer Sule Ahmed Abdulaziz, who participated in the virtual meeting along with his team from the TCN corporate headquarters in Abuja, in a keynote address, welcomed other members of the board to the 47th executive meeting of WAP.
Thank you for making time out of your busy schedule in order to participate in this meeting. I would have liked to be it to be held in person so that we could get to know each other better. It is only partly contained, and I hope that the COVID-19 pandemic will eventually give us the opportunity to do so, either with its complete disappearance or with the discovery of an effective vaccine. I would also like to thank you once again for the honor and confidence you have placed in Nigeria and TCN by appointing my humble person to head the executive board of this noble institution. I will do everything in my power and with your help to succeed in the mission entrusted to me.
Engineer Abdulaziz said the meeting has important issues to discuss, including the 2021 work program and budget, just as he lauded the 2019 financial statement of the pool.
I would just like to say that they reflect the good management of the institution, an institution that has a clear vision of what it wants and where it wants to go. It is an institution that is the pride of all its members. The current regret is the delay in the implementation of major projects due to COVID-19 pandemic, which means that we will no longer be able to set 2020 as the starting year for competitive electricity trade in the Eco sub-region. Distinguished members of the Executive Board, ladies and gentlemen, in order to enable the General Secretariat to carry out its program of activities, I appeal to all members to pay their subscription on time.
Shortly before he declared the meeting open, the WAP board chair further lauded the participants for their actions, which has given high esteem to WAP before development and technical partners.
I hope that this session of the Executive Board meeting will take place in a good atmosphere that has always characterized our meetings and that we can achieve fruitful results. I therefore declare open the 47th WAP Executive Board meeting.
Earlier, the Secretary General of WAP, Mr. Sengil Apollonier Key, presented the meeting agenda saying the West African Power Pool targets advancing its core projects like the North Core Transmission Project and other regional integration projects being implemented by the pool.
The WAP Secretariat has organized many meetings in the Gambia and in Niger. Also, we have had a meeting on the strengthening of the network in Benin. Many documents were adopted by the ministers of the three countries concerned, Benin, Nigeria, and Togo.
Honorary member of the Executive Board of WAP, Engineer Joseph Makoju, commended the WAP Board Chairman on the meeting proceedings.
To thank the Chairman. This is first meeting, and I think it's been very business-like meeting, which we've all enjoyed. The Chairman has, conducted it in a very, positive, constructive, and productive way. I just want to, I'm sure I'm speaking on behalf of all the members, Mr. Chairman, to thank you for the way you conducted the meeting, and to welcome you on board. Wishing a greater growth and success during your tenure. I just wanted to put that on record. Thank you very much.
The WAP Board Chairman, Engineer Abdulaziz, concluded the 47th meeting of the Executive Board by urging members on maximum cooperation.
I will seize the opportunity to thank all of you for having time to come to this meeting. And we have good deliberations, and we thank God that everything went well. Thank you very much.
The Executive Board had held a previous meeting tagged Roundtable Meeting. It had in attendance representatives of the international development partners and heads of energy companies across the various member countries of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. In his address, the Secretary General of WAP, Mr. Sengil Apollonier Key, said the meeting was meant to mobilize funding for the 330 kilovolts Nigeria-Benin double-circuit international reinforcement project being executed by the pool. He also lauded the technical and financial partners for availing themselves for the meeting and for the support towards the region's power network integration projects.
From the outset, I would like to express to each and everyone my recognitions and be grateful for joining us for this meeting. Your permanent support, your unflinching support is an encouragement for us, and it is a great source of motivation. I would like to avail myself of this opportunity to pay a tribute to all of you, our technical and financial partners, for your precious support in the implementation of ECOWAS programs of energy, so as to attain the integrations of West African Network. Please, we are really most grateful for your confidence and also for your support.
Mr. Key, in the presentation, said the project has already had a process of environmental and social impact assessments towards expanding the existing infrastructure, which already exists in transmitting bulk power from TCN facility in Lagos to Sakate in Benin Republic. The report of the meeting proceeding was to be brought for signing by the chairman of the WAP Executive Board, Engineer Abdulaziz, at the conclusion of the roundtable meeting.
Engineer Muhammad Umar is an acting Assistant General Manager Operations and the Regional Operations Manager at the Bauchi region of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN. The power circuit crew caught up with him at the 330-132 kV Bauchi transmission station in Bauchi town. Engineer Umar speaks about the activities of the company in increasing bulk electricity transmission around Bauchi and other northeastern states. Here is an interview session with him.
What is the capacity of this substation?
The capacity of this substation is 90 megawatt. Comprises of 3 transformers, T3, T4 and T5. T5 is we have 60 MVA transformer. Then T4 we have 30/40 MVA transformer. Then T3 is 30 MVA transformer. This substation is all as 40 years.
What is your role in this region?
I'm the Chief Supervisor of Bauchi Operation Region, which comprises of 3 area controls. We have Gombe area control, which comprises of BU 132/33 kV substation, Damaturu 330/132/33 kV substation, Maiduguri Baga as 132/33 kV substation, and we have Damboa also under Gombe area control. And we have the second is Yola area control, comprises of Numan, and there is also 132 at Yola. Then the last one is Jos, where we are getting our supply. We have Jos area control, which comprises of this 132 is under Jos area control. We have Makeri 132/30 kV substation. We have also function 132/30 kV, which is also under Jos area control. So Bauchi operational region comprises of 6 northeast states, which comprises of Plateau State, Bauchi State, Gombe State, Adamawa State, Taraba State, and Borno State. So all these substations under this northeast state they are under my supervision.
What are the recent developments in the Bauchi region?
Yes, there's a lot of changes because in the September 2017, one of our transformer, that's 150 at Jos area control, get born as a result of old age. That transformer was in service for the past 40 years. So that transformer get born. Now presently they have bring another one. So very soon it's going to be commissioned.
What are the challenges in this region?
My main challenges since the insertion of the ISO was security challenge, because we have been facing challenge with the Boko Haram since 2014. As a result, Damboa 132 kV substation was burned down by Boko Haram. So we are having serious challenge in maintaining that station, including the station under Borno State. That's Baga 132, Mole, which was commissioned recently, 330/33/132, we are having serious challenge. So if we want to patrol that line, we have to have a joint patrol with the military and also civilian JTF.
TCN staff in the region have been trained on the service level agreements. What will be the impacts of this?
The service level agreement will help a lot because service level agreement is an agreement between the transmission company and the discos. So it's going to checkmate the transmission staff and also the distribution companies. This thing will help because anybody that is being found wanting is going to be sanctioned. So anybody that do very well is going to be rewarded.
That was Engineer Muhammad Umar, the Regional Operations Manager at the Bauchi region of TCN. You have heard from him about the dynamics of power transmission in the region and how TCN is improving its capacity. We hope to bring you more informative interviews in subsequent episodes of the Power Circuit.
Do not build under transmission power lines for your safety and health. Electricity power lines and substations, either for power transmission or power distribution services, are extremely dangerous when exposed to direct human contact. These power lines and substations transmit electricity that lights up our homes and offices, power our computers, TVs, and refrigerators. On the other hand, the same electricity when exposed is extremely dangerous. It can shock, electrocute, and kill anyone on its way. That is why everyone must adopt safety measures whenever we use or are close to electricity facilities like power lines or substation or transformers. For the safety of the people and animals, governments all over the world have approved way leave or right-of-way of 50 meters for 330 kV power lines and 30 meters for 132 kV power lines, and for 33 kV lines, the way leave is 15 meters. People are not expected to be found within this way leave or right-of-way for safety reasons. The lines can suddenly cut and fall to the ground with very disastrous consequences such as fire and electrocution of anybody and destruction of anything, be it vehicle, houses, or vegetation on its line. It has also been established that power lines and substation emit electromagnetic fields, EMF, which is dangerous to human health. The World Health Organization, WHO, has warned that people who spend long hours under or close high-tension lines stand the risk of being affected by EMF and be vulnerable to cancer, leukemia in children, miscarriages among pregnant women, and other terrible diseases. It is therefore advisable not to build any structure or operate any business under or near any electricity high-tension lines or substations. TCN wants you to stay alive, stay safe, stay healthy, avoid power lines. This message is from the management of Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN.
That's it on this episode. Here are the highlights again. The federal government has assured of completing 3 power transmission projects in Abia State. Acting MD of TCN presides over 47th executive meeting of the West African Power Pool. And in the interview segment of this program, Engineer Muhammad Umar, the Regional Operations Manager at the Bauchi region of TCN, spoke about the dynamics of power transmission in the region and how TCN is improving its capacity. Thank you for being with us today on the Power Circuit program. You can view this episode and others on the TCN YouTube channel. Please interact with us on these platforms because TCN always takes your feedback seriously to deliver on its mandate. Remember that coronavirus is real. Please keep observing the safety protocols stipulated by the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, to stay safe. I am Amara Agugoisi. Thank you for staying with us.